Welcome to MMAFightFans.com, the website for MMA fans. I'm Susan Singori. Joining me on the show today is Tough 19 alumni, Pat Walsh. Welcome to the show today, Pat. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Fine, thanks. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us today. Congratulations on your big win against Daniel Spawn. Has it sunk in that you really won that big fight?
Yeah, it's just now sinking in. I know a few days after, it really didn't hit me that I had to win the UFC, but I'm definitely, realizing it when new opportunities are coming up and I'm back home and everyone knows about it. It's a good feeling.
How is your head healing up? I read that you were under medical suspension as well.
Yeah, I got probably a 30-day suspension. I have 5 stitches to my hairline, so you can't really see it, but they're healing up fine. I actually should get them out in the next day or two.
Was there ever a point in the fight where you felt like you were losing? Because it was sort of a back and forth battle at some points in the fight that night.
Yeah, definitely. There was obviously when I was getting hit pretty bad from stand up, there was definitely a point where I didn't win that 45-second exchange. I definitely took a lot of damage, but at no point did I really feel like I was losing the fight. Just certain periods of the fight. So. I knew in the third period I won the first 2. Sadly, I knew if I survived the round and, as long as I didn't get knocked out, I was fine. So, yeah, it was interesting knowing that you can kind of coast. I'm definitely not happy with it. I wish I got the finish in the third or first or second, but, I won the fight, got what I needed to do to get my first win in the UFC.
So looking back, you bring up a good point that looking back, is there anything you would have done differently?
Not really. I had a very solid game plan, a very safe game plan. I guess I would have just, really worked to finish a little bit harder. I think I could have got a sub when I was on top. I think I could have took his back. I maybe got a rear naked choke. But, aside from a finish, I think I had the best game plan to win. I definitely took the fight and stayed in positions that I had the best chance to win the fight.
Have you had a chance to speak to Daniel since the fight?
Just after, probably an hour after we fought, I saw him in the hotel, and we had a couple words, just saying kind of keep your head up, keep going forward. He definitely didn't seem like he was done fighting. So, yeah, just a few words, not anything since, though.
And what about Frankie Edgar? Have you had a chance to speak with Frankie Edgar at all?
I got to speak and train with Frankie. He was out, obviously, fighting in Mandalay Bay, so we had a couple of those training sessions. We were in the same room at the same time. We got to hang out a little bit there, and then right before his fight, we're in the same locker room, so we got to hang out a little bit before that. After that, I kind of went my way, though. Kind of got settled and kind of just worried about healing up and instead of, chasing around the other fighters.
I saw a recent interview you did where you mentioned that you might be keeping in touch with some of the alumni from Tough, training with them. Is that on your radar in the future?
Definitely. I would love to go down to New Jersey again. I did go down between ending Tough and my fight in the finale. So I'd like to go back down there. Eddie Gordon's in New York.
Right.
So getting some training with him. He obviously trains with Chris Weidman. That's, the best name around. So definitely guys I would love to get some more training with. Some people might still be around. Corey Anderson's at Frankie's camp, and a few other guys might, pop in and out. But, we are scattered around the country. We do stay in touch, but it's hard when you have that much distance between you.
So the group text continues then, is that what you're telling me?
We were just talking about Corey Anderson's motorcycle and when he's getting it, so we're all a little jealous of that.
I like that. I think that's terrific that you guys keep in touch. That might be the first time in Tough history. I don't know, is it? Do you know?
I have no idea. I do know I saw a bunch of the guys, Calvin Gastelman, Jimmy Quinlan, Luke. They were all in Tough 16, and they were all out in Vegas together, so they seem like they stay in touch a good amount, so hopefully we'll be able to have plenty of meetings like them.
What about the weight? Are you thinking about staying at this weight and moving down the road in the future?
I'm still looking at 185 as a possibility. I want to do a test cut, see how my body feels. I may not be the best fighter at 185. I'm definitely a big, heavy, dense 205er, but leaning out regardless is definitely important for myself, and then seeing if it's possible to make 185, being healthy.
I know it's a bit premature because you just got over your win and you're probably still coming back to reality on it, but you got to have somebody in mind that you think you might want to fight down the road.
I've looked at some of the roster. There's just over 40 205ers right now, and a lot of them are already booked for fights. but I started doing a little research. There's no one that really stands out right now, but definitely it's paying a lot more attention now that I'm in the league.
Our next question comes from Brad on Twitter. He wants to know, what are your plans to improve yourself regarding physical training, overall MMA, and life?
Geez, the physical training, I actually am pretty well conditioned. It may not look that way all the time, but I do well. Some of these fights I had good conditioning for. Some of them my conditioning did win, and sometimes I do look a little fatigued. But I have a strength and conditioning coach that's going to be helping me out. Elite Health and Fitness out of Stoughton, Mass. They're going to be helping me out a lot, and just training more. John Howard, Doomsday, he cornered me for this last fight. He's going to be putting me through a session here in about a half an hour. So I definitely have a lot of things planned. Overall life, I opened up a new gym. I'm going to continue fighting, and I'm 25. There's definitely room to grow, but my fight career in the next 5 years, I'm just focusing on that for now. And then overall MMA, just experience, get my hands up, get my striking down, and then just a little bit more experience, and I think I'll do very well.
You bring up a good point with John Howard. How influential was him? What kind of impact did it make having him in your corner then? Because Doomsday is amazing.
Yeah, having John Howard in my corner gave me a big confidence booster. He's been there. He's fought at higher levels. He beat better guys than who I was going against. And, the fact that I've been training with him and I do well while training with him, it was definitely a big boost of confidence. He's been there. He's been in those situations. It's not a coach that doesn't have that, real UFC experience. Someone that's been there. So it definitely helped, and it was really good for my confidence.
Anything else you'd like to add today, Pat?
I'm doing a big session today at my gym. It's something that it's just really picking up ever since the show and my first UFC fight. So it's great to have new guys in the gym. 386 Lindelof Ave in Stoughton, Massachusetts, Victory Combat Academy. Hope to see everyone there.
And one final question: any chance we're going to see you back in the octagon soon?
I would love to fight maybe late September and on. Give myself a little bit to kind of figure out my plan for for the weight cut or getting in better conditioning. But definitely in the next few months, I'm looking for another fight.
Pat Walsh, thank you so much for your time today. I look forward to seeing you back in the octagon very soon.
Thank you.
You're watching MMAFightFans.com, the website for MMA fans. Thanks so very much for joining us today. I'm Susan Singari. And remember, every fighter has a story.